dominance over the OVA team and start with that mental play.
Now Bambi trying to just secure himself, clearing the creep like usual. I think nobody wants to get the first blood. Yes, and you don't want to be the first blood in the team.
Absolutely.
You might beat up the marksman at that, so you feel bad. So you can see the spells here. I think a lot of Purify on the side of EVOS.
Yep, and I think it's really smart here because they got the Kadra and Kanda as well as the Akai. So, you know, you have a battle spell that kind of counteracts it if you get caught here. But in terms of lane assignments, having the Akai as well as the Kimi on the top side to try and push back.
Oh, he flickers straight out there for E1. That's the team. It was too early if you ask me, but will it be the first one on top? Soul burning every single person he can see. Well, E1 from mid to top now, so almost lost his life there. Managed to just get it away.
Nearly 2v1ing, but Moon is in a lot of trouble here. The bouncing ball is not letting him go through. Brilliant. Here's Pop just in time. Wait, are they going to keep going? Not OhDeerBambi's in trouble. He continues to fly. Yes, he does. He arrives come through to salvage that situation. Holy cow, Moon. You made it happen.
That was close. He was being chased and he turned things over. JPL was a bit too deep into the turret. And it cost him his own life. But 1-0 for now. We're going to go and see the highlights for a bit, which is Roger Villager's puzzle Black Shark. This is how he just brilliance away.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
For the last minute. And then JPL, he was way too deep in there.
Yeah, and honestly, it was great outplay coming in, especially from Moon. He timed it really, really nicely. Fortunately, he hit level 4 as quickly as possible, but my goodness, what a great play.
Yeah, they never changed the lineup so far for Todak. So I think they have very good chemistry. Probably best friends for now.
Well, let's see.
I think that kind of thing actually affects the game a lot for synergy and chemistry between relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, but JPL again got caught in four of them in the mid lane.
Oh, but that's not the only thing. EVOSBambi is in a lot of trouble here. X-Ray is locking him up because Moon falls us good. Blast is going to try and zone the goes backwards onto Moon, making sure he doesn't move forward. Soul is right on top of him. He needs to get him with the flame strike. He's going as hard as he can, but the numbers are not in their favor. They're going to lock him in place. Kufra turning it around. They're going to make it. They're going to hurt him. Eoneeeeee is going down. OhDeerBambi is trying his best, tanking as much damage, but they salvage the situation. A 2-for-2. Both teams will not fall.
My God, the turn from EVOS just was brilliant. You look how it just Potato come from the back line. It seems like Bambi were being chased by 4 of them. That hammer really saved him a lot. And then look at how Soul just burned Moon away. Well, they're still chasing Bambi a bit separated and segregated. Soul is the one next down here. And look how Potato, that was a nice setup at JPL.
Yeah. Honestly, the full bait eventually Todak bit a little too much there, and once the Tyrant's Rage was in place and using the Wrath to try and kind of just lock them into place, it just set it up perfectly for both Soul as well as Potato to kind of clean up some of the lower life members to kind of save them that fight, because it was not looking good for them.
No, so both teams are actually kind of on par right now. But, well, even the kills in the playoffs are similar to these two teams.
Well, honestly, I think that's about to change here. Bottom tier 1 is destroyed from the side of Todak, and I think EVOS Esports will reply the same. They will look to break that top tier 1 as well. However, they might push this a little more than they should.
Yeah, Todak still forcing to go in while the minion is not helping them. We're looking at Nenasssssss trying to push away the minions. That's a very smart move. And now they can't push, but will it be worthwhile because Nenasssssss will fall next and wait in the base while Todak actually take the advantage. The advance in bottom lane. Ace is the only one left. That was a nice coming back for Ace. He's trying to deepen as much as possible, but the Divine Judgment cancel. That was a close call.
That was a really close call, but overall, good macro play coming in from Todak. They sacrificed the top side. They knew that the top side was going to go down. Akai goes, and they trade 2 turrets for 1. Oh no, the cat! Really good fight, but Eoneeeeee still survives. The rest of the team pulls back. Maximum impact as well being used. I'm surprised he didn't get 1 shot there.
So close. I'm surprised he managed to survive there. It's 4 off for both of a team. But look at Kimi, probably just gonna go straight for a Blade of Despair instead of Ice Queen 1. So they really want to push and as fast as possible because Todak knows if it's late game, they will be having to face Potato with a carry.
Yeah, and EVOS Esports, on the other hand, they're slightly behind, 2K behind, but again, they're looking for those bigger catches with bigger play. Oh, they walk right in. The charge comes through. They pull back. Once they realize both of these targets isn't what they're looking for. They have escape mechanics. It ain't worth using the ultimates for it. Once again, the charge onto Nenasssssss.
I think they want to fade out the Hurricane Bouncers now. Right, he's not going to just use it. Oh, look at that. Kuala coming charge right in from behind. Bambi trying to get Jingle. But look at how slinky he was. Just peeling away from the side. And it seems like Moon is going to go next. Joining in by Ace. Will be full up by the rest of the team. Potato got caught by Jingle. And it seems like EVOS is still going for JPL. Can he make it out alive? JPL return it back. And next they're still going for more. But JPL just going to backed up. They're not gonna extend this fight for Todak.
And this is a perfect example of how to itemize using Kimi. She has options. You don't always have to go for the Blade of Despair. She goes for the Ice Queen wand first. And look at that. Perfectly kites out OhDeerBambi. He couldn't get the distance because of such a minuscule thing. Just an item, a little bit of a slow, and that already netted them almost a full team wipe.
That little bit of slow being stacked up. That's a lot of slows. Well, like you said, one item can change the whole game situation. So back into what's happening. X-Ray just gonna push back. Lane, yeah, getting more pressure on the bottom lane because you see that they only have one tier 3 in the bottom lane, so they want to abuse that as much as possible.
Yeah, again, they need to abuse their lead. They want to punish a little bit harder than what they are right now. But again, bot side is completely destroyed. Top side, they're looking to try and get that tier 2 and maybe even open mid, but they're going to go straight in for the fight. They want the eye here. Eoneeeeee. Great catch. They just need to keep this up. One member down. They shouldn't be able to hold this any further. The siege minion goes down and Todak pull back to get some breathing room.
Oh, still a 50-50 game, but Todak, they don't want to drag this too long. They got the lead just now. They try to abuse it, taking out the objective on their side. But will it be enough? We're looking at Potato, which is already farm out. As we speak, I think he probably got the golden staff on him. Already? Probably?
I'm not so sure about that as of right now, but Soul, he needs to pull this out. The Firestooks pull it back, full blown backwards, but they're not going to get a big catch. They're sticking as 5 because they know they have a strong lead, but not to mention they have an item power spike. And EVOS kind of recognize that they don't really want to force a fight just yet. There's going to be a window of opportunity in about a minute or so to actually take the fight. However, Todak, as of right now, look at that gold. A good lead.
Okay, but then I saw how Kufra farm up for his blade mill straight away, blade armor, to fight against Chiku's Kimi. Just for that reason, so he can withstand.
if Todak, if they played smart, they could get a couple more kills and maybe look to end the game.
They don't want to be stagnant way too long because we know that the goals slowly building in EVOS aside, and now they have the Lord charging with them in the bottom lane. Will they utilize this? That's the question. Or they will split push, or will they make a mistake and EVOS just got back their game?
Yeah, right now they're just clearing the waves as quickly as possible because Lord is going to be knocking on their front door. 5 members from the side of Todak holding their ground. They're going to sacrifice this inhibitor here. EVOS Esports, they don't mind. They can't really go in just yet. It's not worth the time. Soul trying to buy a little bit more time with the arrival, but it ain't going to be enough. They're going to kill the Lord really quick, maybe even sacrifice another inhibitor. They're playing it slow. Here it comes. Eoneeeeee, he's the first one to get caught. This guy in the back line. Oh, Potato. He goes down instantaneously. X-Ray is caught out. Todak, they've got this. They're trading 1 for 1. It's 4-1. Todak, take away. Game 1. Clean game. And you can hear that crowd cheering their name.
The crowd is crazy for them. They have been chanting their name like they're the holy grail. And Todak 1-0 for EVOS Esports. EVOS, no, this is not the team that you can just overlook that. They are really strong in the first game performance.
Yeah, really great play coming in for Eoneeeeee. He's really been on the ball with those catches every single time. Maximum range. If they're in the middle of their animation, catches them right off guard before yanking him back into the team and giving another free kill for him.
Wow, I thought for one moment EVOS has more stable lineup because we're looking at no late game heroes that much and no buffy heroes on the side of Todak. But I was wrong because look at this. They have a lot of squishy heroes, but with Akai and Padang zoning out every single person, wow.
Yeah, too difficult. Faraz, is that you over there?
I would just say this was the most well-coordinated game I've seen in this playoff so far.
No
Todak,
flaws.
No
No
flaws
flaws.
at all. And if you look at the stats right now, they didn't let Bambi take any kills for himself. They made sure Bambi doesn't... You know, we talked about this. You know, the EVOS can sometimes be systematic if Bambi doesn't get what he wants in terms of his buff, in terms of, you know, his kills. It could go the wrong way, and I feel like but to be fair, EVOS did play a really good game as well. Early game, every time they got killed, they managed to pick up a few and trade. But they were always a step behind.
But anyhow, wait, we're gonna jump into the highlight
Yeah,
very soon.
let's do
which
that
is
and we
brought to you by Black Shark, our legendary sponsors.
Let's do that.
Not yet.
You didn't do that as fast as last time, though. I was
No,
expecting
but I
that.
think they're not queuing it.
Yeah, we're gonna show
we
it.
already queued that, so just go for it.
So when we do that, let's talk more in detail exactly what happened. This was the best play by Moon in the early game. Managed to survive and actually take one.
The thing is, every single fight that we've seen is always a 50-50 fight. Even though EVOS kind of lost in all the fight they triggered or they actually initiated themselves, in the end of the day, it's like chances are you make the first mistake.
That's true, but I obviously hear this when I got a little bit cynical because Todak, for an example, they go for a really hard engage and then the overextension happens right here. They got a little bit greedy for one last kill. They could have just walked away from this point. They forgot about the Kufra, JPL's Kufra, and they get caught out. But from here on out, mid-game, this was the game-breaking fight for EVOS.
Look at how Chiku just having a good time there. Nobody's actually kind of reach out to him because look at how the tanks are just throwing everybody else from the way.
Yeah, you notice that was Bambi trying to get the kill. Everybody jumped on Bambi. They didn't want Bambi to get anything out of that.
They really shut Bambi out from the game. He has no room for whatsoever to perform in this one.
Exactly. There's just no breathing room for him, and especially if he doesn't get those kills, if he doesn't coordinate with his team to actually look for it. I think their team is just one step behind towards the mid-game after that top fight.
Yeah, and you gotta notice, if you guys have not been following EVOS, when Bambi gets what he wants, he becomes deadly.
He becomes a monster.
He becomes a monster, and I think that's something Todak probably can't deal with because we've seen Bambi on roll before, and no team can stop him. You know, so Todak doesn't want to see that Bambi. That's why they're focusing so much. But at the same time, they're not. It's not like they're focusing all their games on on just Bambi. They're focusing on themselves. They're focusing on Cikuuuuu surviving and dealing damage from the back.
Yep, it's not just one person or one thing. They have to make sure, especially you have to take care of your team first instead of keep on aggressive play on the other side of the team.
I think more importantly, Todak here, they played around one of the most important mechanics. So after they realized their first mistake on the Kufra, like, oh, we got caught out. All right, we can't afford to get caught out like that again. Top fight occurs, they play it very, very carefully. They see the Kufra, okay, we stick away from him, wait for the right opportunity, and we're gonna use Eoneeeeee as our engage mechanic, as our pick mechanic compared to the Akai, which we want to use defensively.
Right, now we're going to be taking a look at the MVP and see exactly who was the most valuable player in this game. It has to be Chico with the Kimmy.
Yeah, I have to give it to him, even though there's also the tanks and also the Kaja who help him a lot, but he know his position. He know where to back off. He know making sure that he won't be caught by Esmeralda especially. Bambi was trying to chase him every single time, but he just making sure he's safe. He himself, his safety is safe first.
I totally agree with you because a lot of people might just look at this and be like, oh, because he got 4 kills and 8 assists. No, it's actually because he survived all the time.
He survived every single time they charged with 4 people, and he waited his teammate to just re-engage back into the war.
Yeah, and I think overall Todak played a good game here. EVOS has a lot to think about.
And you know, one more thing I want to mention is the fact that if you look at EVOS, because like I said, they did play a good game. They weren't bad at all. How can they come back? So looking at the draft, they didn't have a draft that was focusing too much on objective, right? It was more of a team fight composition.
If it's... But then every single team fight, it was won by Todak.
No, that's what I'm saying. So should they focus more on objective, like what they did yesterday?
I think maybe 50-50, because like it or not, Todak will force you to engage in a team fight. So if you're just pure objective, it'll be a problem. Because then how you counter that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I totally agree with you. Not like purely objective, as in have maybe a split push mechanism, or not just split push, have a hero that can chunk down towers quickly and make sure... I don't think they were focusing too much on objectives. I mean, it's very hard. I don't know.
Maybe
even as commentators and like hosts here, we might not know exactly what they're thinking about. How would you... Okay, if you guys were EVOS right now, what would you do?
Masha pick, like yesterday.
No, I don't think the mushroom pick is too
know about
good.
that already.
Of course they knew.
Honestly, if this game was to go exactly how it was supposed to, exact same draft and everything coming into game 2, the most important thing is not to have a game-breaking fight, because right now,